So we're out on the patio. It's a gorgeous day, and we're thinking the time has come to maybe peruse farmers markets. How do you do that effectively, though? For that, we've got Amrita Singh here from prettyfrugalliving.com, our Frugalista.
Marcy, you look so bright and colorful.
As do you.
Kind of match, yeah.
The sun is shining, life is good.
It is good, yeah.
Before you get out to the farmers markets, though, you've got to prep, right?
That's
A bit of prep work. So what do you do?
Well, you know what? All of the vendors recommend you either come really early to get the best selection, or you go really late if you want the best deal. So you have to do either one of those to get the better selection or deal. Next thing is really know your seasons, Marcy. So know what's in season and try and get a personal relationship with some of the farmers.
They can let you know what's going on.
They're in the know and they're going to help you out. But the most important thing when you go to the farmers market, in my opinion, schedule time immediately after to prep what you've purchased so you can make it last longer, stay fresher longer, so you get your money's worth.
Okay, so let's do that now. I see you've got some asparagus there.
Asparagus is in season right now. So best thing to do when you buy your fresh asparagus is put it into a bundle with your elastic bands and then just cut a little bit of the bottom stem off.
Why is it important to do that?
Well, this is the area, you want to make sure you're creating an area that's going to absorb water. So this part is probably a little bit older, so get to a fresh part. And then what you're going to do, this is the fun thing, take a little measuring cup, put a couple inches of water in there, put the whole bouquet like this.
A bouquet of asparagus.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what you're doing then is you're wrapping a little plastic bag around it. You can tie this tight or you can just leave it loose like this in your fridge. 2 weeks, Marcy.
Really?
Yes, and why not make it last long? You've bought it fresh, you want to enjoy it for as long as you can.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, same thing goes for your green onions. So your green onions, you don't have to trim the stems. You can leave the roots intact, put them in a jar with a little water, replace your water every couple of days. 2 weeks, they're going to last this strong.
Okay, I like this 2 weeks scenario going on here. My vegetables always die on me.
You can do the same with herbs too. Treat it like a flower bouquet, chop off the bottoms, put them into a bottle with some water, and they're going to last probably a week or so.
And all of this in the fridge?
All in the fridge.
Okay, this is great. Now you've got some tips about mushrooms in particular.
Yeah, mushrooms in particular. So I like to take a plastic bag from the grocery store or whatever you have and just perforate it myself. And what I mean by that is I'm just cutting little slits in the bag.
Okay.
All right? And then what you want to do is you want to wrap your mushrooms in paper towel to keep the moisture at bay. And if you can open this up for me, and then we're going to put the wrapped mushrooms into our perforated bag. And what that's going to do is the paper towel is going to keep them dry, but the bag is going to let in a little air, so they are going to stay nice and firm and fresh for much longer this way.
And a little air is key.
Exactly.
You don't want to do the perforations
too much. Not too much, yeah.
Okay, some tips on beans.
Beans, yeah. So what I like to do with my beans, and they're in season right now as well, is when I get them home, I take the tips off, and then I pour boiling water over them just like this. And I just let them sit in this boiling water. Basically, you're blanching them for a couple of minutes. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take another bowl, put some ice into it, and once this is done, you're just going to dip them into here.
And what does that do for you?
So that's freezing, it's stopping the cooking process. So you've blanched them slightly, let them dry after this, put them into a baggie, into the freezer, 7 months, fresh green beans all through the winter.
7 months?
Yes.
Okay, before we go, we've got to get to this.
Okay.
A t-shirt that you're going to turn into a bag?
Yes, a no-sew shopping bag. So basically you take an old cotton t-shirt, turn it into a tank top. I've removed the sleeves, removed the neckline. And then what you're going to do at the bottom is you're going to cut fringe. And once you've cut this fringe, you're basically going to do this knotting technique that seals the bottom. And look at what you end up with. You end up with a t-shirt bag,
and you can
perfect
put all your
for your farmer's market shopping.
Okay, you had me at no-sew.
No-sew is the key.
You had me at that. Thank you so much, Amrita.
You're welcome.
Great to see you. We've got more AM coming up after this. It's great.